How do you take a somewhat bland, utilitarian automaker and turn it into a desirable brand that can sell mass market SUVs at a hefty markup? Well, first, you need a halo car. It doesn't need to be a Ferrari beater, but something that evokes emotion. It's fun, desirable, and gets the people talking. In the case of Kia, this was the Stinger. 365 horsepower, rear-wheel drive with optional all-wheel drive, and good looking.
And after that, you need a mass market product. This needs to be good because it needs to outclass the competition while also offering a great value as an incentive for people to switch over. And this is precisely where the Telluride comes in.
And if you follow this formula, you have successfully executed a 1-2 punch that is so successful that some dealerships literally will not let you test drive the Telluride because the demand is so big that they will fly off the lot anyway.
If I would have told you 5 years ago that one of the hottest vehicles in the market will be a Kia SUV, people would have probably laughed at me. It's incredible how quickly Kia managed to turn around their brand, and together we've already taken a look at their new Seltos and their Telluride's smaller but 1 year younger brother, the Sorento. I like both of them a lot. And without further ado, welcome to GCCars. My name is Eric, and this is the 2021 Kia Telluride Nightsky Edition. But with the Telluride being a mid-size SUV that sits 7 to 8 people depending on the configuration, the interior is no doubt one of the most important aspects. So why don't we just start off by taking a look at the interior. And right off, this is beautiful, especially for the price that Kia offers this Telluride at. This is beautiful. I'm not lying to you. Like, out of all mid-size SUVs, luxury and non-luxury, this is probably one of the best looking, not necessarily feeling, but looking interior designs. I love this. It looks so upscale. Great. Feeling wise, it also just, it doesn't feel bad. Don't get me wrong. It feels really good. Just, it doesn't feel like, of course, an Escalade feels better than this, but this feels good. This is really good for the price. Like I said, looks really good. Usability also great. You have a lot of buttons. If I have to criticize one thing, the tuning knob is right here. It's a little far away from me as a driver. If I'm driving, it's kind of not far. I could use the steering wheel buttons, but if I want to go like 30 channels up, I don't want to like tap, 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 or hold it for a long time. I just want to do like one swipe and we're good. It's fine though, it is usable. What's also usable, the infotainment. I like Kia's infotainment in the Seltos and the Sorento. So the same way, usable, Sirius XM, navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, everything you might need in here. Now, I want to talk about materials real quick because they're also really good. A lot of soft spots, pretty much everywhere you touch. We have leathers in here, we have a few plastics, but also these plastics feel pretty good. They're not super scratchy, as you can tell. So this is really nice, and all throughout the cabin, I'm very happy with what Kia delivers here, except maybe the center stack is covered in piano black, which will look dusty and scratchy after a while, which is a bit of a shame. But so far in this press car, it is still looking good at about 11,000 kilometers. So maybe they figured it out, maybe they didn't, I don't know. Seats, really comfortable. Probably out of all the seats I've been in, like all the cars I've tested, these are some of the most comfortable seats I've sit in. Especially great lower back support. Easy to set up. There's not like a billion options where you're just kind of like, oh, we're kind of overwhelmed with it. Super easy to set up, super comfortable. Additionally, they're heated and ventilated. So if it's too hot, like right now, just turn it on with this beautiful dial here. No, lever, what do you call that? I don't know actually how to call that. Well, that thing down here, and you got your ventilated seats, and you won't sweat as much in the summer. Great. A few more tiny little things I wanted to say. Gauges, analog, mixed with the screen in the middle. You turn on your indicators, and the camera, the screen in the middle, will switch to a camera view of one of the mirrors, so you basically have a blind spot monitor just in there. I still wouldn't exchange that for actually looking in your mirror, but what I do is basically shoulder, mirror, indicate, start going over slightly, and then just, quarter of a second look just down there just to verify that actually there's nothing there. Gives you a bit more safety. The Harman Kardon sound system we have here is great. Honestly, it's really good. Really enjoyed listening to music in it. And last thing I wanted to mention was we have our dual sky moonroof here, which looks really nice. This one's manual, can be opened. The one in the back can't be opened, but you have electronic covers that you can put in front of it. Now, front row is one thing, but like I said, this is 7 to 8 people, 7 in our configuration. We definitely want to take a look at the second and the third row. So let's do that. So this Telluride is equipped with the captain's chairs. You can have a bench if you want to seat 3 people. This configuration allows you to seat 7 people in total. Now, these captain's chairs also very comfortable, and you can do so much with them. First of all, we can recline. Look how far I can recline. It can be super comfortable in here. I can of course put them up a little if I want to again. There we go. We can slide forward, we can slide backwards. We have our sunroof right here, so we have a lot of visibility. We can have our own climate controls up here, and we even have sunshades right there. Also, even our second row, heated and ventilated seats. So if you're riding, you'll never be uncomfortable riding in the back here. And just like in the Sorento, we have USB chargers in the front seats. Really, really well thought out. Last thing, I want to take a look at the third row. Okay, now let's get you a little bit of a better view. Just pull this down here. Oops. There we go. And it's forward. That should be fine. We can also lay it down, but you should be able to see. Now let's pull these up. And here we go. So this is with the seat all the way back. And see how much room I still have. Headroom is great. Once again, I got a cup holder, I got a USB charger. I got pretty much all I need. I got my own little vent up here. This is really good. Now, of course, for a person like me, you probably want to have a little more leg room. So let's just, that way I'd be comfortable. Yeah, perfect. So now I can put my feet a little under there. And this is pretty good. Come on, while we're at it. Let's just buckle up. Buttercup. I could ride like this for a bit. Of course, this is less comfortable for me, but if I were to put the seats even further up, for some reason a tiny kid sits in front of me instead of me being here and the tiny kid being here, I know that makes no sense, but hypothetically, then I would have even more room. But this is really good. Like, if you regularly use a third row, this Telluride is great. This is just what I told you in the Sorento review for everybody who's seen that. The Sorento is great if you occasionally use the third row. The Telluride is amazing if you plan on using your third row regularly. Maybe drive kids to soccer practice or something like that, right? So this is really good. That concludes the interior. So now let's finally get to drive this Telluride. Starting as always with the launch. But if you like the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything else. Sport mode enabled, traction control off. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 80. All right, so we got a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6 producing 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Let's go back into comfort mode, actually smart. Turn on traction control again because we don't need it to be off. And yeah, decent launch. Current driver has it at around 7 seconds to 100 kilometers to 60 miles an hour. Roughly the same number, right? And honestly, I felt happy with that. The naturally aspirated engine here even has enough low down torque that even if you remember you just suddenly want to accelerate, it works without an issue. We can try that actually. Let's say, so we're going 50. Let's go 50. And then let's see how quick it downshifts when I'm flooring it. So we're just driving, and I'm flooring it. 2 downshifts, and we're going. And then it picks up pretty well actually. We hit 80 there, so worked pretty well. So no complaints about the engine. The transmission also, we have the 8-speed automatic here. Definitely shifts fast enough. We can even shift ourselves if we want. So let's go downshift, upshift. Actually reasonably well. The shifts doesn't take long for it to engage in the next gear. But you don't buy this Telluride for your engine. And while we're at it, handling wise, this handles fine. Suddenly, there's no steering wheel feel. It's no steering feel at all. So you suddenly, if you corner hard, will feel it understeer. There's no hint at that coming whatsoever. You expect it, of course, because it's an SUV. But somebody will just understeer because you don't feel anything. But you don't care about this. This is Telluride. I just wanted to get it out of the way because we always do talk about it. What you care about more is the fact that it is riding really well. The ride quality here of this Telluride is really good. Like bumps, get ups over really well. You don't have any
sharp impacts that really get transferred through to you. Like I said, these seats are super comfortable, and in combination with the suspension, it's really, really comfortable ride. I was actually very surprised by how nice it is in this Telluride. In terms of noise level, I've sometimes see reviews be like, oh, this Telluride comes close to luxury cars, and we've had the GLE, the last big raid, which is pretty much the same size. It's also a mid-size SUV, $23,000 more expensive, and has a lot more features, obviously. No, this Telluride is not nearly as quiet as the GLE. For anybody who kind of thinks this is a luxury car, this is really good. It's no luxury car. For example, compared to the Mercedes, like I said, these don't compete. This is just as a reference. Is obviously a lot louder, but it isn't loud at all. Like driving in here on the highway in city streets, it is still very nice and quiet, very comfortable. So let me just see. We got a broken down RV here, eh? Always something exciting on this road. Always something exciting. Oh no, they're just unloading. It's massive. I wouldn't mind owning one of those one day. But you know, it's very, very comfortable ride, very quiet ride, combined with the, like I said, the audio system is really good. I can see how you could very easily do long trips in this Telluride and be super comfortable while doing so. So you kind of notice a theme here, right? Because everything I noticed, like I don't have any. This has been the case with like all the Kias, the Sorento and the Seltos as well. There pretty much aren't any complaints. This kind of makes my job a little harder, because it is easier to point out bad stuff than to point out good stuff. But no, they've done, like, once again, I'm very, very happy with this Telluride. Like, the time I've been driving this Telluride was very enjoyable, was very comfortable, very relaxing, even on stress days. It's just kind of, you get in here, it is quiet, it is comfortable. Turn on the radio, you can do it nice and loud because it doesn't distort much, because it's a good system, and then you can just relax. And especially if you go on longer drives, you have your highway driving assist, for example, on this one, and your adaptive cruise control, and you have the lane keep assist that I demonstrated in the Seltos already. And there's another POV drive of this Telluride. I'll leave the link in the top right hand corner. You can see that in a couple of days when it comes out. If it's already up, you can just see the link there, where we test this highway driving assist and the lane keep assist, because Kia Hyundai's lane keep assist is just amazing. It is really, really good, and this one is even better than the one in the Sorento and in the Seltos, because it is not made for it, but it pretty much drives itself most of the time. There's many situations where it becomes overwhelmed, because it's, like I said, it's not a self-driving system. But if you are driving on the highway regularly, it is, like, honestly one of my favorite features, because you can just turn it on, you turn on adaptive cruise control, car also is working to keep you in their lane. So you really only have to monitor it. And actually, it doesn't really complain about you taking the hands off the steering wheel. Keep the hands on the steering wheel. Legal disclaimer. That was just for testing. My hands were right here, just to test what happens. But like, I think I've gone probably like a whole minute with corners on the highway, with the car not complaining whatsoever about me not doing anything. And even if it complains, basically all you need to do is just give it a little shove to know that, for it to know, so okay, you're still here, you're still paying attention. Like I said, it's not a self-driving system whatsoever. It is an assist that assists you while driving, and you're in control. I'm just doing these tests to show you how capable they are. And this Hyundai Kia system is just, I love it every single time. I've been loving it for years. Ever since I was my first Hyundai that had it, I was like, yep, this is amazing. And it's just as good, even if not better, in these Kias, especially in this Telluride. So no, I love it every single time. And that's honestly, if I have to choose between like a mid-sized non-luxury SUV, this Telluride already scores a lot of points for that system alone, because it's such a relief if you have longer drives, or you're commuting on the highway or anywhere. Like, it technically even works in the city, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it probably works here, right? If you put the cruise control, let's see if it takes the road or not. Because it worked in the city. When I was driving behind a car for a long time, and I just turned on the cruise control, it automatically also started steering. He doesn't want to take over here, which is fine, because I don't expect to turn over here. I would turn on here. I was just kind of curious. No, but it's a great system. Like I said, if you want to know more about it, watch the POV drive uploaded, because it's just phenomenal. And that's pretty much all the systems you have in this Kia, like all the assist features. We also tested the high beam assist, obviously. Really good. It's just like every time, like, Hyundai does good
Kia, sorry, do really good tech. They're just really good at it. It is very solid. It's more than the competition often offers, and it really scrapes close. It's just kind of very close to luxury cars in terms of their features and what they offer. It's just I love it. I love this. Honestly, this is great. But with that being said, why don't we send it off to the final thoughts to sum it all up and see if this car is worth the almost $60,000 it costs. Okay, final thoughts on the 2021 Kia Telluride Nightsky Edition, or Nightfall Edition for everybody down in the States. I obviously liked it a lot. That was pretty obvious, I think. But is it worth $57,940 Canadian? US price is always somewhere here. I'll tell you right now. Get it? Telluride? Telluride? I'll tell you right now, right? No, but I'll tell you what. No, okay, I'll stop. No, what I want to tell you is that I really like the interior. I think it's one of the best looking midsize SUVs out there, especially with the Ember daytime running light. They just look really good. They look really good, especially with the dark moss color we have on this. In general, also it just doesn't get dirty. I haven't washed this thing in a week, and it's been raining for like 5 out of 7 days. This doesn't really get dirty. It's pretty good color, actually. I like the engine and the transmission. The fuel economy isn't the best, and if you care about driving in a spirited way, I don't even know why you get a midsize SUV, but this is not it then. But it is comfortable, it is pretty quiet. Like I said, the assists and the features are great. This is a great SUV. I understand. I totally understand why it wins so many awards, because it's just so good, and I really don't have much to critique here. Like I said, this really makes a video like this hard, because it is way easier to just criticize something in a car than just be like, oh, this is good. But yeah, no, this is great. I understand the awards. If you're looking for a midsize SUV, Telluride, there you go. Look at it. Look at your dealership. Compared to the Sorento, I think it's worth the extra money you spend. Not that I didn't like the Sorento, but like I said, if you need the third row, this is great because you have so much space, or if you just carry a lot, and it's so comfortable. I liked it. I liked it. I could go in circles here and how I like it, but this is amazing, amazing. Okay. I hope what's also amazing is this video. So if you like the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos. Also, if you could like it, I would appreciate it, because that's kind of the only way that YouTube knows that you like this video and then recommends it to others. And if it gets recommended to others, then I get more views, and if I get more views, I get more cars. So it's a win-win for both me and you if you like the video. If you didn't like the video, then of course dislike it, but tell me why so I can improve. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. We upload reviews pretty much every week, and we got POV drives, and we got a walk around also for this Telluride. So you got it all if you want to know more about this car or any other car for that matter. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.